Well, welcome to our first episode of 2026 as we kick off a brand new season of the Travel in 10 podcast. If you've never been with us before, this is where myself, David Brody, and my co-host, award-winning travel journalist Tim Johnson bring you new destinations around the world every week. We try and do that in about 10 minutes. Sometimes we're not so successful. It may be more like 20, but essentially what we try and do is give you really quick overviews of the best to see, where to stay, where to eat in some of our favorite places all around the world. And this week, the world's eyes are turning towards northern Italy. Flags are going up, stadium lights are warming, and in just a few days, the Olympics arrive. But before the athletes, before the ceremonies and the medals, there's a city that's already in full stride, and that's what we're going to be talking about today, Milan. Milan is a practical, a fast, a quietly confident city, a place where trams run past Renaissance churches, business lunches turn into long aperitivos, design studios sit next to family-run bakeries. And as the Olympic Games Milano Cortina 2026 get underway, we're looking at the Milan that you'll experience between the events. Where to wander, where to eat, and how the city really works. Because the Olympics might be starting this week, but Milan has been training for this for centuries.
David, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Tim. Great to catch up with you again this week.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What do you think of Milan? I know we were talking about it before the show. You have some thoughts?
We have been a couple of times. And one of the things, there's a lot of things I love about Milan. The food is fantastic. It is definitely a world fashion capital, and you very much feel that everywhere you go. It is very much a glamorous city, and because of that, has probably one of my favorite hotels in the world, which I'm sure as we get to the where to stay, I will talk excessively about. And it's also just a great gateway to that whole region. We've spent 2 summers in that area, and I mean between Milan, Venice, Lake Como, that district, Switzerland, southern France, it's all within a 3-4 hour drive, and just so much to see and do in that area. It is a great place to spend the summer.
Absolutely. And I mean, it's interesting because my experience in Milan was totally different because I was there. I've been there a couple times on very, very brief visits, but the most comprehensive visit that I had was just before Christmas. So, cooler weather, Christmas lights, kind of the magic of the season. So this will be good because we have 2 very different seasons, 2 very different conceptions of the city. So, but why don't we dive right in? You were talking about this hotel that you love. Let's talk about it.
Well, it is. I love it so much. Our second trip to Milan, we planned really just to go stay at this hotel again after our first time stumbling across it. One of the luxury collection hotels called the Excelsior, which I think when we did our episode last year on our 10 favorite hotels in the world for the year, this definitely would have made my list for sure. It's got, one of the standout features is an incredible spa. The whole rooftop of the hotel is a rooftop pool together with a Shishido spa, and then you've got Himalayan salt rooms, hydrotherapy, wet and dry saunas, all of which you get access to as a hotel guest. So you can spend all day just relaxing up on the rooftop. It's got probably one of the best buffet breakfasts that I've had anywhere in the world. Just a beautiful restaurant, an incredible variety of Italian food and food from around the world. When we were there, sitting beside, it is a super glamorous hotel, like 5-star. We were lucky enough to stay there on points, but lots of billionaires and millionaires staying there around us at the hotel. I mean, to give you a sense of it, their shuttle service at the time, and disappointingly, I found out they don't do this anymore. But the last time we stayed there, they had 2 Maseratis that would take you anywhere you wanted in the city. You just tell them where you want to go. The Maserati would pick you up, take you on the tour, bring you to the Duomo, bring you to the wherever you wanted, and back to the hotel later that day.
Maserati. That's no GMC Denali even. I mean, a Maserati. I mean, for some people, that's like a life goal is to ride in a Maserati. So
that's not bad for your hotel shuttle. Although I'll say, unfortunately, I called them last night to see if they still do it, and they've changed out to a black van now. So that is one outstanding feature they had that unfortunately has fallen off the table. But in terms of the suites themselves, I mean, they're all designed by Italian fashion designers. Each one super unique, skyline views right in a central square overlooking the city next to the central station. It really is a standout property for sure.
Incredible. And you said that's a luxury collection. Is that Marriott?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got two, and they are both relatively new properties in old buildings, in old classic beautiful buildings, and they're both part of a relatively new brand called Radisson Collection. So I know in North America, Radisson is not a brand that necessarily people go to. Radisson Blue overseas, especially in Europe, is a very solid business brand. Say many Radisson Blue hotels. They're always good. They're very solid hotels. So then Radisson decided to create a luxury brand, and they call it Radisson Collection. And I think probably two of their very best hotels are in Milan. The first one I want to mention is the Radisson Collection Palazzo Touring Club. It's in this just a beautiful old building right on the pedestrian street. And it used to house basically the headquarters of Italian AAA, or Italian CAA in Canada, we would say. And the rooms are very nice. The lobby floor is what I find most interesting. They have a beautiful bistro, which you'll find in many hotels, but they also have a bookstore that's travel themed. And then they actually have a functioning travel agency there. So I remember walking in and, it's Christmas time, the lights are twinkling, being in the bookstore and thinking, am I in the right place? Like, is this the right place? And then and then you go out the back and they've got the bistro and you can check in and they have the traditional lobby. And it really is just a beautiful, beautiful hotel. The other one I want to mention is again Radisson Collection. It's called Santa Sofia. And again, from the exterior, this one is like a hulking, you would say like a drab kind of insurance office is what it looks like. And I think that's what it used to be. And they basically kept the exterior of the hotel or the building, I should say, and then built a hotel within. And it's got a beautiful rooftop restaurant. It's super stylish inside, very glamorous. And that rooftop restaurant, I want to talk a little bit more about when we get to our where to eat section. So those are my two, both Radisson Collection. They're within walking distance of each other. They're both within walking distance of the Duomo and the Galleria, and both character properties. Beautiful, luxury, upscale, but lots of character as well, lots of
Well,
history.
the one other thing I will say about hotels in Milan is as you go all around the city is you will find a number of hotels that are designed in partnership with Italian fashion designers. So all these kind of iconic names you will find of their own flagship hotel around the city. So if you really want to get immersed in that kind of glamorous fashion world that Milan is known for, there is no shortage of opportunities and cool hotels to do that around. One other one that we just kind of stumbled across while we were there, on a bit the other end of the budget spectrum, definitely a bit more affordable, but very cool, a very cool location. Vico Fashion District. This is more in like the 150 to 300 euro a night range, which is quite good for Milan. And, this is a place that you'd be super central if you were there for Fashion Week or something else. Very chic, walkable. And you can also, one of the things I like there is that each of the rooms, there's kind of a bit of a story behind the room. And if you go onto their website, you can actually see each room and see kind of the story behind each of the rooms as well. So that's quite cool as well.
Love that. I love a hotel with a story. So that sounds amazing. What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about what to do, where to eat? I mean, Italy, right? I mean, so many great places to eat. Do you want to
Well,
dive
let's do what to do first, and I'm curious your experience because ours was, I mean, we were there both times we were there was in the summer in August, which was great. From the city's beautiful and the weather's great, but the one thing we did find, and we found this a bit in Paris as well, but even more so in Milan, is particularly into the end of August is when all the Italians are on holiday. So a lot of stuff was actually, both times we were in the city, a lot of stuff was closed down. I mean, we did get to see all the iconic things. We've talked a little bit about Duomo, the main cathedral in Milan with its just amazing views and Gothic architecture and marble statues, and we certainly got to see that, and we got to see a few really cool districts of town. But a lot of stuff was actually shut down during the time we were there.
Yeah, in late August. I was just in Italy actually, in late August, and in southern Italy, not in Milan, but that's absolutely true because I mean that's when all the Italians get their holidays. So they're all, especially if you live in the city, you're getting out of town, right? You're going to the beach, you're going to the mountains to, not to ski, but to enjoy the mountains. So So yeah, that makes sense.
What were some of your favorites on the what to do side?
For me, I mean, again, for sure the Duomo, definitely the Galleria. I just loved walking the network of shopping streets downtown, seeing all the high end brands, all that kind of stuff. I want to quickly mention we did the Fondazione Prada, which is, I'll be honest, it's not the kind of thing that I normally love, but I thought it was really interesting. It's an avant-garde art gallery. They had grand exhibits. They had a cinema. They host performing arts. A lot of very, again, avant-garde exhibitions. But one interesting little footnote is that the main building it's 4 stories high. They call it the haunted house. I have no idea why they call it that. And it is wrapped in 24 karat gold foil, which is, nice touch, if you can handle it. I think Prada probably, they got a
There you go.
couple of bucks in the bank. And then for me, I want to spend the majority of my time on the Villa Necchi Campiglia. And probably the Italians listening to this are probably cringing at my pronunciation, but it is a house museum. And I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast, but there are a few things in this world that I love more than a house museum. It feels this place, it feels like the family may have just been there 5 minutes ago and they left and you're in their house and you're looking around and there's like almost like a guilty pleasure in opening the closets and looking at the pictures on the wall. You feel like you're in their home. Obviously, this is a real museum. I didn't just go in someone's house, but set in lush gardens. It was built for wealthy industrialists in 1935. A couple of quick facts. It was used as a shooting location for the House of Gucci. It was in another movie. It was the setting for a movie with Tilda Swinton. Brings together history and style, which I thought was perfect for Milan. And then, this was going to be my can't miss, but I'm actually going to talk about it now. If you do go to this house museum, make sure to go into the bathroom, not just to see the tub and the toilet, but the bathroom there actually has original sketches in the bathroom. I don't know why they're in the bathroom, but they're in the bathroom by Picasso and Matisse. And I can't remember what the breakdown. I think it's something like more Picasso than Matisse. But anyway, those are definitely my go-to places in Milan.
And when it comes to food, Milan, amazing food throughout the city. There are a few places that jump to mind for me. One of which is probably my can't miss. I'll maybe save it for then. But there was one particular district that we really liked, and the Viglio Grande. It's kind of one of the older neighborhoods. It's really happening place at night, right? It's filled with great restaurants, courtyards, cafes, art studios. It's all sort of cobblestone streets, and just all the restaurants along there were fantastic. All these little local trattorias. I remember one called Osterio La Binari that we went to. Really relaxed, great atmosphere, canal, right, sort of canal side. Just a great district of town to go to in the summer. How about you? Any food places that jump out?
I got just two. I mean, there's so many amazing places to dine in Milan, and we're probably missing some Michelin star, amazing restaurants. But my two are going to be. I'm going to go back to the Santa Sofia, which is the Radisson Collection, and they really do have a standout place. Issei Rooftop. Again, that's a Japanese name, probably mispronouncing it, but it's on the rooftop. It's a fusion of Japanese and Peruvian food. Feels like a speakeasy, beautiful views, small plates. And I went there one night with a group of friends and we had the nori tacos and we had sake infused cocktails, and it really, really was a highlight. And then the other one is a bit of a weird one, but I love this place. It's called Peck, and it is a grocery store. It's a supermarket, and it showcases the best Italian flavors. So you've got anything you can think of, sausage, cheese, all of that beautiful, beautiful Italian goodness when it comes to flavors. From the store, if you just go into the store, I can recommend the Parmigiano Reggiano. You can actually get them to break it up. It's often they have it on display, but you can actually get them to break it up and put it in a container, and you can take it to go and just eat it like chips. Probably not the healthiest thing, but go back to your hotel and watch a movie and eat Parmigiano Reggiano, the real thing, but they actually have a restaurant that's right in the middle of the shop. It's called Piccolo Peck and Piccola Peck. And it is, again, all the flavors of the supermarket brought into a restaurant, and it's informal. It's really interesting because you eat there and the whole supermarket's around you. So you can actually sort of sit there and eat your pasta and watch people shopping. It's like going to I don't know, a Sobeys or a Whole Foods or something, and they have a restaurant but anyway, they've got charcuterie, they've got cheeses, they've got pastas. I love the ravioli di carne e pomodoro. And you can just kind of have a glass of wine, have your pasta, and just sit in the supermarket and enjoy. It's a great place. I can't recommend it more.
And what was it called again,
It
Tim?
was called so it's in Peck. So like peck, like a kiss. And it's called Piccolo Peck. Again, I might be wrong on this. I think piccolo means like small, like mini,
Yeah.
and Piccolo Peck. So it's it's right in the middle of the store. It's not at the back of the store. It's not on the second floor. They do have another restaurant that I never saw open on the second floor, but it's right in the middle of the store. So you have all of the shelves, all of the display cases, the meat, the cheese, everything surrounds you. And it was packed, and mostly it seemed with local people. So, it's a popular place for the Milanese to go and have lunch, especially. It's a great place for lunch. I don't even know if they're open for dinner. I was there for lunch, but
Well, that reminds me of another one of our favorites when we were there was and it's a place that has locations around the world, but their Milan location was really a standout, was Italy, which is kind of the Italian Whole Foods essentially, right? Where they've got locations in New York and Paris and Tokyo and all. Or I'm not sure about Paris, Tokyo definitely. But their one in Milan was one of their first and I think really kind of their flagship. It's a massive location and great cooking courses and stuff there as well. So that's another one worth
Italy is
checking out.
fantastic. I didn't go to Italy there, but I went to Italy in New York City and maybe I went to Italy also in Tokyo, and yeah, everything is good there. And I'll just say also, I mean, I'm a big Naples pizza guy. I've been to Naples a few times. The pizza in Milan is actually quite good. I mean, it's not really a Northern Italian thing, but there's a lot of pizza places. And I remember, again, I was with a group of friends and we just ended up at a pizza place, and I don't even know the name. But if you walk around those pedestrian shopping streets, there's lots of pizza places. They're very popular amongst local people. And yeah, if you find the right one, it's really, really good.
Well, that actually zeroes in on my can't miss, because my can't miss is a pizzeria. So I mean, we talked a bit about certainly the Duomo and the area around it is like kind of the central tourist district of Milan. You've got this amazing Gothic church there that everybody comes to see. And in terms of our favorite restaurant, was super affordable, really great atmosphere. It's a rooftop pizzeria that overlooks the Duomo. It's in the shopping center right next to it, which I believe is like one of the oldest covered shopping plazas in the world, a beautiful shopping complex, the Galleria that's right next door there. But on the rooftop, they've got Dodici Gatti, this rooftop pizzeria. It's tucked in sort of a corner of the rooftop that you are like sitting right overlooking the Duomo. You feel like you're almost on the roof of the church, and at sunset, it's absolutely beautiful. Wood-fired pizzas, Negronis, the golden light of the spires around you, super romantic atmosphere, and some of the best pizza we have had anywhere in the world. So it's every time we've gone to Milan, that has been our top dinner, and super affordable, and kind of a bit of a tucked away spot in this food hall in a mall, essentially, but with an incredible atmosphere.
That sounds amazing. And I'm a huge pizza lover, so next time I'm in Milan, I'm definitely going to go. My can't miss. It's a bit of a funny one for me because I'm not David, this. I'm not a fashion guy, right? I have 5 black shirts and I rotate them. That's how it works, and they're all not quite suitable for any event. But anyway, but there's a place there. If you're in Milan, as you said, David, there's a lot of fashion, and there's a place called DMAG, all caps DMAG, and it is a designer fashion outlet. So if you can think of, for our American listeners, if you think of a Marshalls or a TJ Maxx, Canada, if you think of a Winners, probably maybe like a step down, sort of like between that and a thrift store. Um, but it's got Gucci, it's got Prada, it's got Louis Vuitton. So when the season ends, or maybe when 2 seasons end and these items are unsold, whether it be clothing or handbags or sunglasses, they send it over to DMAG. And then the people of Milan go and buy their out of season designer goods. And it's great if you're looking for designer goods. You don't care about having something that's in season. It's even better for people watching. I mean, some of the folks that were in there, they were very fashion conscious, and very, let's say, fashion forward. So if you think of a very, the kind of fashions you'd see, the eccentric fashions you'd see on a runway that you might go, whoa, whoa, that's a little bit crazy. Just people actually going to wear that? They're wearing them. And if you go to DMAG, the people shopping there, they're wearing that.
They're wearing them.
They're looking for more, right? That's why they're there. So anyway, that's why. So it's, even if you are not, I'm not a fashion guy. Even if you're not a fashion guy, it's worth it to go and do a little people watching there.
And then, of course, the other can't miss coming up, the winter games there, which will be phenomenal. Have you gone to any Winter Olympic Games around the world?
I've not. I almost made it to Vancouver. I had a plan set up. It didn't quite work out. David, I know you live in Vancouver. Were you there in 2010 when
I was? I even got to be a torchbearer actually at the Olympics. So I was super involved in the Olympics when it was here in Vancouver.
I'm finding this out for the first time.
Yeah. And I worked with a lot of the sponsors and a lot of events during the Olympics. And the one thing I will say about going to Olympic Games is, obviously it books up early, so you do got to plan well in advance. But the demand, it's actually interesting that the demand is often, the expectation of the demand is greater than the demand itself. So sometimes you can also find some last minute deals as well if you're willing to take the risk as well. But I'm sure if it's anything like any of the Olympic events I've attended around the world, it will be a phenomenal time to be in the city. And I know there's some great skiing, obviously, in the area, and I'm sure it's going to be a great games.
Absolutely. We're both Canadian. I don't know how you feel, but I definitely prefer the Winter Olympics to the Summer Olympics.
We do a lot better.
I don't win much at the Summer Olympics, but
we dominate the winter. That's right.
Swimming and bicycling, canoeing, we're good at. But hockey and skiing for sure, and all those. Luge, skeleton, we're good at that. And so I don't know. Being a winter nation, having grown up in a cold weather climate, I love the Winter Olympics. So I can't wait to watch the Olympics in Milan on the television. Maybe this will be the year. Maybe I'll go. Maybe an opportunity will arise to actually go and attend the games. That would be amazing.
Well, the one other thing I will say about attending Olympic Games is even if you don't get any tickets, it's still super worth going if you can find a way there, because all the Olympic sponsors have these massive activations, right, where they're doing street parties, where they're doing concerts, festivals. Just the atmosphere in a city during Olympic Games is unlike anything you'll experience outside of that time. And sure, if you can get into an event, it's awesome, but the event tickets can be tough to find, or maybe you have to go to a little bit more obscure event, or one that you weren't necessarily thinking of. But just being in the city at the time is totally worth it. So if people can find a way there, I would highly recommend it.
The whole world comes to the city, right? So yeah,
sounds good. Well, thanks, Tim. Looking forward to catching up again next week. And as always, it's super helpful for us if people can spend a moment and go on and drop us a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you listen to us, and check out all of our other travel podcasts from around the world. We've now got about 10 different shows with hosts from around the world, all putting out great weekly content on where to travel around the world, how to travel more, and how to travel better at voyescape.com.
Sounds good. Great to chat, David.
Thanks, Tim.